go ahead and take a look over at the clock tower, which is actually my city hall. I have a nice little waterfall in here. And so here we are. And yes, it is actually a clock up top, and it actually does say Hill Valley Courthouse Mall on the signs up there. I know it's hard to read, but that's what it said in the film. So trying to stay true to Back to the Future. Nice little homage there, one of my favorite films. So inside we've got the mayor's desk, you know, nice little fun touches. And free, please take one. Oh, what's this? Let's take a look. So I've got a flyer here. And let me go ahead and read that. So yeah, there you go. That is the flyer from Back to the Future. This little fun thing. So on the server, people are more than welcome to take one of those. A couple guys have them. I know they picked them up. So it's got minor furnishings in here. Behind the mayor's desk is the city gardens that we have in the back. And then I go up to the second level. Kind of more of the same. Different types of furnishing. There's nothing too crazy. This wasn't really meant to have anything crazy in the interior. It was more about the exterior of the building. So I have rough access up here if I need it. You know, want to pull a Doc Brown and get up here on the clock and, you know, connect the cable so when the lightning strikes, I'll be able to send Marty back to the future. But enough of that. Let me get down here and let's walk around a little bit more in the town. So over here, I have some plans to build more buildings here. I still have room to grow, so got some things to do. So this is the Mountvale Municipal Garden. Got some nice pathways in here. Every type of flower interspersed throughout. Nice little pond here that is completely a legit fishing pond as well. And it's actually, you can kind of, if you want, you can fish from the roof up there. It's pretty fun. So I've got a nice little garden back here. Comes out on the other side as well. Got the same sign. And over here I actually had some mushrooms, but I moved them. But that's why I put the mycelium here, because I was so excited when I first found the Mushroom Island biome, and I just had to bring my mushrooms back. So I brought them back through the nether portal. It was tedious, it was horrible, but I got them there, and now we have mushrooms back in our spawn area. Here's a little pub that I made, Mountvale Pub and Brewery. A little bar here, and I've got a brewing stand. I got supplies in there. I got water. Got my finished potions over here. So, pretty simple setup. Nothing too crazy. Sean has a really awesome bar where he has his potions and everything set up. So over here I have the Mountvale Public Library. And this is actually one of my favorite buildings. There's a little more to it than meets the eye, though. And that's why it's my favorite. So this is actually, you'll notice there's an enchanted book as well as a regular book. So, got, you know, bookshelves in here. I'm going to go ahead and go inside. Got some bookshelves right here. Reading room upstairs. Alright, so I can kind of head up here. And I've got little couches to read on. Little bookshelves and chairs and everything, and yeah, that's Dinnerbone. So lovely upside down dog. He's hilarious. Just kind of chills up here. This is his home. And I've got some books in here if you want to check out some books. Enchanted books. All right, that's kind of odd to find in a library, right? Well, that's about it. But wait, there's more. So actually, if I go ahead and actually click in the wall right there, see what I did there? So that is a hidden bookshelf. And actually, so what this is there's redstone wiring behind this wall. This is hooked up to a trap chest. So every time I activate the chest, it closes and opens the bookshelf. So let's explore. So I go in here and, you know, want to shut the door behind me, so good to go. And then I actually go down here, and this is, so apparently this library was built on the ruins of an ancient enchanting ground. So yeah, this is my enchanting table. Fun stuff. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool way to do an enchantment table, make it a little mysterious, and you got your exit button right here, and I can reach through and push it and shut it behind me too. So, yeah, that's my hidden enchanting room. Alright, so moving on. Walking down here, I got some room. Again, room to grow over here too. Other buildings I can put. That down there is the Mountvale Nature Preserve, so we can look at that in another video too. I've got a nice little area over here where got my sheep, little water spout, courtesy of Mutant Taco, and a nice little sheep pen, also courtesy of Mutant Taco. And all the sheep are different colors because I've been using a lot of colored wool for a special project, which is where I've been spending all my time on the server lately. Oh, and a sheep got out. Awesome. That was my bad. Bye, sheep. Alright, so that's pretty much Mountvale City. Let me kind of leave the other side here. There's a couple more things, but I'll go down into the nature preserve after this. But I really like this. This actually used to be, before I had the sheep, this used to be a bridge, and it was pretty cool. But of course it made more sense to close it in with the sheep. So, and I come out down here. Again, this is all still completely safe to be walking through at night. I love this. It's so nice. And then you can kind of come over here and exit the borders of the city if you want. And leave over here, can head over to Thomas's place, which we will later. And I've got my sign here. So, welcome to Mountvale City, population 1,984. Nice homage to Apple there, 1984. And that was my slogan, where the mountain meets the valley. So that's kind of the explanation of the name, Mountvale. So yeah, got another one of these on the other side. And one more building over there. Go ahead and show you that too. So this is actually technically not zoned in anymore. I'm not fenced in this area. But again, it's all pretty safe. I don't have to worry too much even when I'm in this area at night. So I'm going to head down here. Now you may have noticed there's a little structure over here. This is actually, so one of the first things when we started the server was I kind of did some exploring around here and I came across a hole in the ground. And I mean, that's not that unusual, but when I get inside, I discover that there's a skeleton spawner, like right next to the surface. And I was like, oh, this is perfect, because it's one of the easiest ways to grind and get a lot of XP. So usually what I do is I'll end up grinding in our little contraption that we had set up. Sean, Mutant Taco, set this up too. He had this design on the last server we were on together too. And it worked out really well. So I had him create it over here, and then I had him give it a little bit of aesthetic feel as well. So it kind of looked like it fit in the jungle. Didn't just stick out like a sore thumb. So again, one of the things that we try to strive for on the server is aesthetics in our builds. So I mean, we're not like super strict on that, but it's just like, just make it look good. Don't make it look like, oh, here's a giant piece of cobble sticking out of the ground with no design to it or anything. This over here is the Mountvale Free Exchange, and I actually built this building out of necessity because right down here is where that grinder is. This is kind of a concealed entrance down to get into it. So you come down through the cave, and got some storage over here from some of the guys on the server. Actually, I think that's all Sean's. And you come in here, and this is where the skeletons drop down. So they come out of the grinder or out of the spawner, and the water pushes them upward and drops them down to this level, at which point they are one punch away from death. So you don't even have to use your sword. You can just punch them with, anything. And when you do, you get the XP. You also get fantastic drops, which is a good and a bad thing, because as you remember earlier, I have 3 double chests full of arrows, and I have a ton of bows and a ton of armor that they drop, so I was running out of space to put all this stuff, and most of it I didn't really need because, I mean, the bow that I have is pretty decent, and I don't really need a bow that's much better. I've never had any other bow on the server. It's never worn out, so I didn't really need any bows or anything. So I actually decided to create the Mountvale Free Exchange. So I basically have some chests inside there. I'll take a look at it in a minute once the skeleton drops down here. I think they're about to drop. There we go. So, bye-bye. And that's that. So that's about how long it takes to get warmed up. It's pretty good XP rate, so. And it's almost nighttime again. So you can kind of crawl your way out of here. So inside here, I have built a nice little outlook too, so you can kind of look over and see there's Caleb's place over there, and more of our road. And oh, that's really cool, the reflection. That's pretty sweet. Sunset. And over here is where we've got bows on this side, and those are all enchanted bows, so different things. I mean, just power 1, power 2, you know, whatever you need. And I've got armor over here. And then just anything else. Mostly it's just extra bow and armor right now, but if anybody else wanted to drop anything else off that they don't need, they're more than welcome to. It's kind of like a trading post, but for free. So, yeah, I think that's about it for Mountvale City. Got the same sign over here. So this is the Equestrian Tunnel entrance. That's the one more thing I need to show you, actually. And I should be good to go at that point with everything in the city. So I made a little gravel pathway to lead over to the tunnel entrance for any equestrian animals, horses or donkeys or mules or what have you. And I can just get in and out of there very easily. So let's take Ferris Mueller since he's already over here ready to go. So I've got the Equestrian Tunnel, horses, donkeys, and mules only. So this is actually another redstone and piston contraption. It's activated by pressure plates in the ceiling that are on the other side of these half slabs. So when I jump up, it actually activates the pressure plate, and it's at a height that you can only reach when you're on a horse. So you cannot open this any other way. There's no other buttons or anything, no levers. There's nothing set up in place here to open the door. So it keeps hostile mobs out, and it also keeps my horses in. Because the horses can't open it themselves, of course. You have to be on them to use it. And hello, chickie. That's kind of creepy. Alright, so, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and open this. You take a little bit of suffocation damage, but it's like very minimal. So that's all you do. You just jump up, and works the same on the other side too. So when I want to go back in, I didn't quite jump in there. There we go. So just take a little bit of damage, but you're not going to die as long as you've got armor. You'll be fine. Even without armor, you'd still be fine. It's not going to kill you. And you're able to get in and out just like that. So I got my tunnel here. It comes out, and a little gravel pathway, and there's a skeleton, and another one. We're going to continue along here. So yeah, and it comes out over here. So I'm going to try and hightail it back in without getting hit. I wonder if I could run him over. Yeah. I think that'd be awesome. Hey, that was not nice. It'd be awesome if you could like run over mobs on your horse and just trample them and have them take damage. Like that'd be epic. Just be like, yeah, I just ran over a zombie with my horse. Alright, so I'm going to continue on in the morning. Be back in a bit.